Hi, my name's Allison Sells, and I'm a student at the University of South Alabama, and I'm in EDM510 this semester. And my project today is to interview a student from the Mobile County Public School System and ask them questions pertaining to things that we have discussed this semester in EDM510 and get their opinions and find out what they're doing in their classrooms. And I am fortunate enough today to actually interview two students. They are both students at Alba Middle School. Alba is a Title I school in Balbatry, Alabama. And both of these students are fortunate enough to have teachers who are graduates of the Alternative Master's Program from South Alabama. They were both Noyes Scholarship recipients, and they have their Alternative Masters in Secondary Science. My first student here on the right is Alyssa Eichner.
Hi.
And she's a 7th grade honors student, and she is taking life sciences this semester. And Justin is in the 8th grade, and he is taking physical science, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alyssa, tell me who your teacher is.
Miss Candace Goff.
Ms. Goff. Okay. And who is your teacher?
Coach Matthew Parkins.
Matthew Parkins. Okay, so they've got really great teachers, and I'm really excited to hear what they have to say about their experiences at Alba Middle School. So first off, this is kind of to both of you at the same time. What kind of technology does your school provide for you to use in the classroom or with your classes?
Basically, right now, hardly anything is being used.
Do you have computers in your classroom for you guys
No.
to use? Nothing. Not even one.
I would disagree with his statement about not having anything to use, but we do have our smart boards, and we are allowed to bring our own device for educational purposes only. Not allowed to pull them out for
Well,
personal
yeah,
uses,
that's
of
kind
course.
obvious, but does your teacher use those bring
Yes.
bring your own device, bring your
Nice.
device,
Yes.
so you can use them in class to like do research and look up
Yes.
stuff? What,
My class
she
does.
saying yes. What about you?
Not my class.
It's not in your class. Okay.
No.
Not in any of your classes. Okay. If given a choice, would you prefer to go in class and have the teacher lecture and you take notes, or would you prefer to do a project type assignment, and even you could be given a choice to make a video or make a model or make a poster, anything that's project oriented? Alyssa.
Honestly, I would do a project, of course, after being given a lecture to understand the concept more. But I like to be able to bring stuff home and work on it by myself and figure more things out than they give us in class.
Okay, so you're kind of stretching what you're learning by doing project research,
Right.
and you prefer to work by yourself on a project.
Right.
That's what you're saying. Okay, what about you, Justin?
Project.
Okay,
Projects are better
why?
because you ain't gotta sit there and listen to your teacher all day.
So you're saying listening to a
And
teacher lecture is boring?
Listen to a teacher lecture to you will get most of your students off of listening to their teacher.
So they can't focus and pay attention and like
Right.
really learn what she's saying.
They don't want to listen to their teacher. They rather actually do it themselves.
Okay, so do y'all think you learn more by doing it hands-on by yourself
Yes.
or in a group?
Yes.
So, did I ask if you like to do projects by yourself or with a group?
Kind of both. Depends.
Depends on the project.
Depends on the class.
Class. Okay. Have either of you had a class project, your work that you've done, put online where it can be seen by the world?
No.
Not in any of your classes
Nope.
ever?
No.
Okay. Is that something you think you would like to do?
Nope.
Eventually.
You would? No?
Eventually.
Nope.
Why not?
I don't like my stuff going on the web. Because once it's on the web, I can't take it off.
Well, you could take it down. But you wouldn't want to share, like, if you
Nope.
did something and you were really proud of it, you wouldn't want to, like,
Nope.
share it and help each other. Kids, no?
Nope.
Okay. Have either of you guys presented any of your project work to an audience, live audience? any kind?
I have, like, we would have parents come in and watch our presentations along with our classmates, and it's a little frustrating sometimes,
Did you like it?
but I did enjoy it.
You enjoyed it. Okay, what about you?
Basically to my class, not to anybody else. Just basically the same
So y'all
class.
just kind of presented what you did to each other?
Just present it to basically your own class, not presenting it to like other students or other
Parents
teachers.
Did you like presenting it to your class?
Nope.
No? Okay. We have very different opinions going on. This is like, why it's really cool that I got to interview 2 students. Okay. Does your teacher use PBL, project-based learning?
No.
Okay. The project-based learning where they don't teach you what's going on ahead of time.
Nah.
You use the project to learn what you're supposed to learn in class. Y'all have never done any of that?
Very, very occasionally.
Okay.
Sometimes we'll have a teacher come in with like a model or something, like the very first day of learning the material, just to give us an idea of what everything is like and basically the outline of the whole concept.
Okay, so with that, did you have to go and like do all the research yourself to do the project so that you learned what she would have otherwise been standing up lecturing and teaching?
No, she guided off of the project. Like, say you had a cell and she had the certain spots, and she'd point to one and be like, this is mitochondria and the function of the mitochondria.
Okay, so she went ahead and basically told you what everything was. You didn't have to go on your My Devices and look it up or anything or do it at home.
Right.
Okay. Do you think that you would enjoy learning that way by delving and researching it yourself? With the teacher's guidance, of course. But
Yes.
you think you would like that?
Yes.
More independent work?
Yes.
Okay.
It just depends on what the concept is.
Okay. All right. This is your chance to help upcoming teachers be better teachers because, I mean, your opinion really counts. So, I'm going to ask both of you. I want each of your answers. In your opinion, what makes a good teacher a good teacher? And what do they do different from those teachers that you don't consider so good?
Okay, in my opinion, getting to know your class is a lot more beneficial than just going off of a class that you don't know very well. So once you get to know your class, you know the way they want to learn and guiding off of certain things and how they understand.
Okay, what about like the type of assignments they do, and does that make a difference?
Each person's different, and you can't really figure out what the class is really wanting to do, because some people are like, I want to do this because of this reason.
Okay, so are you saying that a good teacher gives her class options to choose from?
Right.
Okay, that best fits their type of learning style.
Right.
Okay. What, in your opinion, makes a good teacher a good teacher?
When the teacher gets onto the level, like the same level as a teenager mind works, basically.
Okay.
So, you, as long as you teach your actual learning, step in the way that a teenager's brain.
So the teacher
Thanks.
needs to make things relevant, makes it relatable, the
Right.
things that you can make a connection with.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. What does a not so good teacher do? If you said this is my most boring class, I don't like this teacher, what is that teacher doing that makes it that way?
Lectures all the time.
Lectures all the time. What about you?
Not put grades in when they're supposed to be put in.
Okay. Anything else?
I have a teacher that gives us videos and they tell us to take notes off of it. But what I don't understand is what type of notes. Like, they won't give us guidelines of what to put on the paper.
Okay, so you're having a hard time pulling the important stuff out of the video.
Right.
Okay. It's kind of hard. So it's explain to you what to do there. I think it just takes a lot of practice. Alright, so you guys are both in science classes. Is science class your favorite class at school?
Definitely.
Physical science.
Physical science only? Okay. What does your science teacher do differently than your other teachers does?
She connects to my class, and
Okay.
she has a special relationship with us. The
Okay.
way she interacts with us and the way she teaches is just, like he said, on our level. She knows how our minds work.
Okay. Does she lecture?
She does, like, maybe the first 10 minutes of class, and then she'll put, like, a PowerPoint up or whatever, and it'll have, like, different videos and pictures in it. And
So she incorporates lots of videos in
right,
with her
it's not as
lecture stuff.
frustrating as having to read every little thing.
Okay. And does she do projects?
Yes.
Okay. What about your teacher? Does he do projects?
Yes.
Do y'all have a lab?
Yes,
Your
we
physical
have.
science?
We have a science lab.
Do y'all have a science lab classroom?
Mhm.
So you actually get up and leave and go to science lab?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know if y'all have that or not.
We
Okay.
do a lot of experimenting and
Okay. Experiments are fun. That's what I
Yes.
always like about science the best. It's all hands on and you get to make things explode. So,
that's what I do.
okay, that sounds cool. All right, this is kind of changing things up, but if your teacher was to post her PowerPoint lecture ahead of time, and your assignment was to watch that PowerPoint and then take notes and be prepared for class the next day, would you do it? What would it take to get you to do it?
Assuming everybody in the class has a way to view the PowerPoint and the lecture.
Right. We're going to assume everybody has got computer and internet access at home.
Right.
To make it simple.
A way to encourage the students to view the stuff is to put it as a grade or give bonus points for it.
Okay.
And I say it's a good idea because once you get in class, you don't want to have to sit through class just reading out of a book or off of a PowerPoint. You want to be able to be hands-on and do more project fun stuff.
Plus, you're getting to use your computer to
Right.
do school stuff, right?
Right.
Okay. What do you think? You have anything else different to add to that?
Yeah.
No. Okay.
She just lays down the line like it.
All right. If your teacher wanted to make sure that you knew when your due dates for things were, and she was going to send you reminders, like, okay, don't forget about the test on Friday, or you got to bring this form back. What is the best way for a teacher to send a quick reminder to you?
Email your parents
Email
or
your
call
parents.
them or something like that.
Okay. What do you think?
Teachers like to get things out, and if the teacher has access to different social media like Facebook and Instagram and text messaging through Remind 101,
Okay.
and I think Remind 101 is a very good process right now, is because everybody, of course now teenagers, of course, have their phones on them at all times.
Okay. So communicating with you in the way that you guys communicate all the time, basically.
Right.
What you're saying. Okay. All right. One last chance to voice your opinion. You first. If you could give advice to an upcoming teacher to help that teacher be a better teacher, what would you tell them?
Definitely get to know your class and how they learn, of course, and how their brains work, and connect. Like, build a bond.
Okay. What would you say?
Basically, like she said, connect with your students, and just basically teach your students what they have in mind to be taught. And like earlier, teach on their level of mind.
Like we were talking earlier about making it
Right.
relatable, important to
Right.
your students, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
We can-
Anything you would tell them not to do?
Don't jump into a class you don't know.
So know your subject material.
Yes.
Know your stuff. know how to teach your subject.
Otherwise, you guys are gonna like get them.
Yeah, otherwise we're gonna be
And
like,
don't
what is this? What are they trying to show us here?
Okay, do you have something you wanted to add?
don't teach a class unless you got an education in teaching and in that subject that you're teaching.
Very good point.
And don't teach straight to a test. Like, right now we have EQTs and arts and the Aspire, and some teachers will teach directly towards the test. They won't teach you different methods and the background knowledge of the subject.
So you don't feel like the teachers right now are teaching you like what
They're
they
not
call
teaching-
critical thinking skills
Right.
and
They're not
problem
teaching
solving.
you to. They're teaching you to do a test. They're not teaching you to success in life.
Okay, so like they're
Right.
kind of just cramming information. Okay.
They're teaching you what you need to know for a test, not what you need to know for life.
Very good point. Okay. Well, that's the end of my questions. Thank you guys so much. Because, like I said, your opinion matters, and hopefully, this will make a difference in the upcoming teachers in the future that you all might have. Thank you.